Look, we made it through the primary and the runoff, and we sat down in June, and we were trying to figure out how are we going to reach people across all parts of 174 million acres of land that is Texas, and make them care about who the hell the land commissioner is. And also, how are we going to reach across the aisle? Because we want to get back to a place where we can actually talk together and that we can come together. And someone on our team by the name of Missy Nichols, who's here, who was the Princess of Helotes at the Cornyville, that's a thing, right? Cornyville? Cornival, the Cornival. Miss Congeniality. She said, give her a hand for that. Miss Congeniality, I mean, come on. She said, why don't we do a dance hall tour? And all the folks around the table sort of first said, that's a crazy idea. And then we said, that's a genius idea. And so this is the first honest stop. And we're going to be doing a dance hall tour of Texas. And this is the symbol of, it's the physical manifestation of what we're trying to do with this campaign, is actually create a space for people to come together. That this goes back to the late 1800s when Central European immigrants and Tejanos and folks from East Texas built these community centers that were meant to share their heritage and create a mixture and a safe place for people in their towns. And so we're here at the Devil's Backbone, and I'm proud to be here because if you think about, from my background in environmental and conservation work, we're right on the edge of the Edwards Plateau and the Gulf Coast Plains. And the places that are the most diverse spots in the world, biologically, are the places in the middle. They're where those transition zones occur, and we are here because I believe that when we come together, that we are greater than the sum of our parts. And that this office, one that manages more than 13 million acres of your public lands, that benefits our veterans, creates vital funding for our public schools, and oversees and helps Texans prepare for natural disasters, can and must be a force of good for all Texans. And I got to be honest with you, as a candidate and a guy who's supposed to be a cowboy, I have to admit to you, I almost cried earlier because to see everyone in this room and to have everybody on the dance floor and not to ask where you have come from or what political party you are from, to be in the same room together, it literally brings me to tears because it's the way that I grew up. And it's the way that I knew that my parents were brought up and my grandparents, and we have got to get back to a place where we can come together because we are better when we do. We have got to open up the virtual dance floor of Texas through this campaign to people like Dana Jones, who has been underwater and in the dark in the wake of Hurricane Harvey for 5 years, waiting for the kind of disaster relief that Molly was talking about. We've got to be able to welcome to the dance floor Peanut from South Texas, who drives a tractor and it just wants to make sure that his children have a job in the future, and that we've got water, and that we're taking care of our land, and that the very public schools that he cares about are fully funded. And we've got to create a space where we reach out from the dance floor and we bring in Leroy and Rosie Torres, a veteran family from Robstown, Texas, that have been fighting for more than a decade because of toxic exposure from Afghanistan and from Iraq, for the benefits that he and more than 3.5 million veterans across the United States have earned and deserve. And 2 weeks ago, at their invitation, we went to D.C. and we fought for those benefits. Because these are not political things. We should all be able to agree on the very basic tenets of society and servant leadership and dignity. And that's what this is about. This tonight is the start of a great campaign. We have 80 days to go. And regardless of what party you are from, we are trying to do something different. And we're inviting you onto the dance floor. Let's get after it. Thank you all for being here.